Hi, everyone. That was a vibe. I was dancing backstage. Couldn't actually see what was playing, but the music was good. Um, Thanks so much, Zane, for that great introduction. My name is Robert. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Doormat, and today I'm really excited to tell you more about Doormat and what our vision is for the future of real estate transactions in Canada. So to get started, who here has purchased property before? Raise your hands. Nice. Looks like quite a few of you. Well, those of you who have know that you need a real estate lawyer in Canada, in most parts of Canada, to buy property. I did not know that. And when I was working with my real estate lawyer, I found that the experience didn't really match my consumer expectations. So as you heard from Zane, I'm a very techie kind of guy, and whenever there's a digital option, I take it. And so after going through my property closing experience, I wanted to better understand if this was an experience that was just isolated to me and the real estate lawyer that I was working with, or if other people felt the same way. And so I got to work by talking to people who just bought or sold property. And what I heard from them was a lot of them felt that the communication between them and their lawyer often felt very last minute, or they didn't really know what they needed to do or where they were in the process. And ultimately what that made them feel was it made them feel stressed and lacking confidence that their transaction was going to go smoothly. And that's not a great feeling to have when you're making one of your largest financial investments of your life. I also heard that in general, the process just felt outdated. Many of them having to go into the office to sign their documents, or everything happening through long, disorganized email chains. And so it was clear that we could do something about that. And that ultimately leads us into what we've built with Doormat, which is a tech-first real estate law firm that makes real estate transactions incredibly simple, convenient, and affordable for consumers. And so how does that actually materialize into our product? Well, imagine instead of that long, disorganized email chain, you actually have an app for your property closing where you can see exactly where you are in the process. You can see what you need to do to move your property closing along, like verifying your identity or telling us how you're going to finance your transaction. We even go so far as giving you a real-time tracker on your closing day so that you're never left in the dark on the most important day, which is the day that you give your keys away or get them. And so as you all know, every great business needs a market to play within. And in Canada, the market for online real estate legal services virtually does not exist. And so the opportunity we have with Doormat is really to create a market-defining product. Over the last few years, on average, there have been over 500,000 transactions take place in Canada per year. And that represents $1.6 billion in legal fees just for those transactions alone. So there's plenty of business to happen. And what's particularly interesting about our market is the share of those transactions are increasingly being completed by the younger, more tech-comfortable generations. And so what we're building with Doormat is we're building the property closing service for the next generation of home buyers and sellers. Now, I would be totally naive to say that the market didn't exist at all. It definitely does. We do have competition, and we like to bucket our competition into kind of three main areas. The first area are small, traditional law firms. These are law firms that have little to no technology, and they often command quite high prices. The second bucket of competitors are law firms that have a digital presence, but it doesn't go that far. So these are law firms that have a website with maybe a contact form, and some of them who have tried to build a dashboard for their clients have never really lived up to the high expectations consumers have for digital products. And finally, the third bucket of our competition are companies that act as the middleman between the client and the lawyer. So these are companies that have a client experience, but they're not actually providing the legal services. They delegate those to partner law firms. And so at Doormat, what we believe is to build the best client experience, we need to own the entire process from start to finish. And so our lawyers are part of our team. And so when you pair that with our technology, that's where we're mainly differentiated. So what have we done? We launched our MVP 8 months ago. And since then, we've transacted over $85 million worth of transactions. We've completed over 100 transactions and refinances. And we've had nothing but glowing reviews from many of our clients. A few key milestones to point out. In June, we raised our 1.25 million pre-seed, which was led by Alate and Relay. Also in June, we became the second company to become an official approved participant of the Law Society of Ontario's Access to Innovation Regulatory Sandbox. So this has been huge from a client trust point of view, but also just shows that the legal industry is really welcoming this type of innovation. And so where are we going? So our future, over the next 12 months, we're really focusing on laying the foundation for our seed fundraise by focusing in 3 core areas. The first area is leveraging generative AI to scale. So we heard all about AI this morning. For those of you who followed it, you know that AI is becoming incredibly powerful, and administrative tasks that are often done by clerks or others can now be reliably done by AI. And so we believe by really getting AI integrated into our process and our systems will enable us to scale much more effectively and not be a function of the number of people we have on our team, but actually our technology. The second area we're investing in is we want to expand our partnerships and partner offerings. So in May, we launched a product called Doormat Partners, which is an app for real estate agents and mortgage agents to track their clients' property closings. And the response we've got has been overwhelmingly positive because agents traditionally have never had this level of visibility into their clients' closings. And so by further investing in that area, we believe that we can embed our partners more into our ecosystem to hopefully get them to recommend our services more to their clients. And the final area that we're really excited about is we want to do more for our clients. So the best part about being the real estate lawyer for someone is we facilitate everything to do with the transaction. And so there's a lot of opportunity to help. Instead of just asking our clients for property insurance information, imagine if we could actually help them get property insurance information by surfacing property insurance directly in our app with a one-click purchase option. We think that by expanding our offerings to our clients, we can bring new revenue channels for our business. And so I appreciate the opportunity to share our vision and what we're doing. Thank you very much. If you know anyone, before you clap, who's buying or selling property, please recommend Doormat. And if you're interested in our seed fundraise, I'd love to connect, obviously. Thank you.